Yeah, my armpits are itchy. Must be all that deodorant. I don't know if I'm going to succeed in that. I feel like that's kind of annoying. I'm always trying to experiment, but it doesn't work. I want to talk about the pressures of trying to get good at something or be better. It happens to all of us. It's a slippery slope to fall into the pressures of outperforming yourself. Of course, if you know, you know. And if you developed your way of doing things, you have a system maybe, then you have a system that works for you. But you can still fall into that pit. And it happens from time to time. We're human. We tend to fall into pits, metaphorically. Of course, if you really fell into a pit, I would hope you're okay. No, but we tend to feel the pressure, feel the heat sometimes, and there's not really a way around it. Just recognizing it and kind of reeling yourself back in and be like, oh, okay. But also, not comparing yourself to others, because that can be easy to do as well. It might seem like a laundry list, but like not comparing yourself, because a lot of that, there's pressures for different reasons, but that's a good reason to put pressure on yourself, because you're comparing yourself to what somebody else is doing, and maybe they're doing it better, and maybe you're thinking, why aren't I where they are and I've been doing it longer? Why are they even a better position? But one thing is, and this is kind of going off topic, but good is subjective, but that's a whole other thing. I think it's important to not have that competitiveness. It's okay if you're very motivated, but it's longevity, right, that you want, right? Longevity builds a way of sustainability. And you can't have sustainability if you're constantly competitive or you're comparing. It's exhausting. It's a very exhausting mental frame to be in. And the best way to go about something is to be driven purely by passion. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Who cares about what other people are doing? That's when it creates pressure. And you could even create pressure just with yourself, like wanting to outdo yourself. Just taking it from me, whenever I create a video, the way I look at it is I know naturally by continually putting out videos that I'm going to get better. And I also realize I have to be patient. Something else that other people need to realize, or you need to realize if you want to get better at something. Patience is a must. And you can't, it doesn't work, at least. And it's stressful to have that outlook to where you're like, this has got to be so much better than my last video. And I'm using this because, well, it's something that I can relate to, but it might be something different for you. And I always try to make that, always try to establish that too. That even if I'm talking about something that is relatable to me, or something that makes sense to me, it's still relatable to you, because it's not about what you're doing, it's about the mindset that you have, right? And with that being said, the only way that you will actually get better at something and feel good about it, or feel like you're content, or feel like you're really focused on it and you don't care about what other people are doing, is just to focus on what you're doing. And again, it may work, you know, like that mindset may work for a little while, but it's not sustainable. So be driven from passion, and don't compare yourself to others, and don't put that unnecessary stress on yourself. Again, it happens from time to time. We're not perfect. Sometimes we fall into that. We're just busy. We're going about doing things, and we get to a point where we're exhausted, maybe mentally, physically, from doing that thing. And it just takes that moment of clarity to be like, oh, like, I'm doing this, and maybe I shouldn't do it like that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe, like, it just doesn't work, you know? Like, it just doesn't work in the long run. So, hello, how are you? So, yeah, that's kind of my advice for anybody, because, again, it can be easy to fall into that pit. It can be easy to fall into those pressures where maybe you're looking at something that you're doing and you want to do it so much better, but it has to develop a certain way so that you can hit your mark. You can't, like, cut corners to get there. And putting pressure on yourself is just unnecessary stress. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't help you in any way. And I mean, this kind of goes hand in hand what I was talking about yesterday about, like, well, this wasn't the target of it, but enjoy the process as well. You know, I can't say that enough, because this is important as the outcome. And I know I said that yesterday as well. But I really feel like that's, like, the best way to go about getting better at something. Not putting that stress on yourself, not be competitive with yourself, because you're going to get better. Like, if you keep doing it, you're going to get better. It's natural. So let those natural abilities shine and come to life. Let it be what it is. Let it evolve into what it is. It's going to evolve, and it's going to keep evolving. And that's growth, just like anything, you know? Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But you gotta, yeah, I mean, you gotta keep doing it, if that's what you're implying by saying that. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, see, the thing is, I don't want to go live with you guys. Like, it's one thing to go live and be on here and talk to you guys. Like, I like doing that. But I want to give you something that you can take away from when you leave here. Just not aimlessly getting on here for no reason. That was my whole point. And it's always been my whole point with any video that I make. It may not have to be educational all the time, or educational and entertaining all the time. It can be pure entertainment, but you're getting something out of it. Like, if I went on here right now and I was, let's just say that I'm doing tricks. I'm doing magic tricks. That's entertainment. That's entertaining. I could do that. But I don't know how to do magic tricks. So my magic is being real, being vulnerable, providing value. And the best way I know how to. I'm not a master speaker, if you want to call it that. Somebody that you know, goes on what's that, TED Talks or whatever, and tries to show you the way about life. I just go off of my own experiences. And I know that people have common ground. We experience similar things. So that's where it comes from. This funny Q&A just popped up and said bugs have thoughts. I think that's pretty entertaining. That just popped up. Like, what a Q&A. Bugs have thoughts. It was a suggested Q&A. Like, how is that a Q&A? It's just like a question. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Hopefully everybody heard it. Just remind yourself, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you are a human being. Always go for it. But I just think that's the best strategy. Not being in competition with other people. And really developing your skill and worrying about what you're doing and not what other people are doing. I mean, think about it this way. Why worry about what other people are doing? That's a waste of time. It doesn't do anything for you. It's not productive. You can take it as like a motivation, right? But you can take it as like, and I don't mean in the way like, oh, they're doing this, so I have to do this better. But, oh, they did this and they got better. So maybe I can find out what they did to get this exponential growth. You're a beekeeper? That's insane. I do remember you. Was that, I'm sorry, was that yesterday? The night before? I believe it was yesterday, right? I've been doing this every day, so my apologies, but I'm pretty sure it was last night. Well, it doesn't matter. You were on here recently, but I do remember. Having some almonds. I know the lighting is horrible. My face is half lit. It looks like crap. But, you know, it's killing two birds with one stone. I'm able to work and do this. If not, I'd be at home, and that's great. But I got goals to crush, and I'm seeing through to that. So yeah, I mean, if you've been watching my live by now, that you know that I've been going live in the car, and it's kind of a reoccurrence. So it's nothing new. But I do wanna go live. Obviously, like not in my vehicle, not at work. But this is just what it is right now, and we'll see what this springs of, like what comes of this. I did talk about in a live not too long ago how I wanted to stream more. I did bring that up. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for your subscription. I always appreciate it. Never take it for granted. So thank you. I think well, I know I already talked about this, but for anybody that doesn't know, the whole reason why I'm going live like this too, it was a challenge for me, and it is, it's a challenge that I'm doing this every day and having to come up with different topics and whatnot. But I wanted to put myself to the test again, but also, I didn't want to just like leave my channel stagnant because I can't export videos right now. So I'm like, why don't I just go live? Like, why don't I just talk to you guys and tell you guys things and talk about different things and stories or whatever I can talk about. And that way I gain something from it, you gain something from it, and we're all one big happy family. So that's how that came about. Because I can honestly say, truthfully, I don't know that I would have gone live like this if I didn't have this problem with my computer. But I guess everything happens for a reason, you know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason. Kind of I wouldn't say strange, but the turn of events that took place to lead me to doing this every day. And just because I couldn't put videos out anymore. Well, technically I can, but I have editing apps on my phone and I have used them before, but they're not that great. How am I? Pretty good actually. One thing two things. I wanted to start getting much better sleep because that's one thing that really suffered in my life was my sleep. For the amount of work that I do and the different work that I'm doing, bouncing around doing other things, there's only so many hours in a day. And so I was having this reoccurring, it's kind of a daily thing of me going to bed late, not meaning to, but just because it worked out that way and not something that I wanted, but it was catching up to me. It was kind of wearing me down. And getting, I know this is kind of like day one stuff, right? We've been told this for the longest time that if you get enough hours of sleep, you feel good. It's like eating breakfast. Like the most important meal of the day is breakfast. You know what I mean? It's like these are obvious things that we know. And so with that being said, the other thing is me eating at proper times because I was not doing that as well. And I've always been a guy that is into his health because if you don't have health, you don't have anything. Like you got to take care of your body. You know what I mean? You got to take care of your body, your mind. And I'm really into doing that. I'm really into maintaining that. And I really fell off the wagon hard with that. It's not like I was partying or anything like that because I honestly, honest to God, like I don't do that. But I was working so much that I wasn't eating right and I wasn't sleeping right. And even though when I would eat a meal, it would be healthy most of the time, I was a lot more lenient. I've never been a guy that likes to eat out much unless it's like unprocessed food. It's not like fast food. It's not like things like that. I think those things are okay once in a while. But I kind of found myself in a situation where I was trying to manage time and time really wasn't on my side. And so because of that, my diet suffered, my sleep suffered. So lately, I've really been on my health, and I've really been about good sleep. So I mean, I feel good. I feel fine. Yeah, it really, I think anybody would know that it's really not BS. Like, really good sleep and eating really good really does a lot for you. Of course, working out and being active is good for you, but your diet is like probably 90% of why you feel good, and your sleep. Like, the food that you put in your body and how much sleep you get really determine how good you're gonna feel. Sorry, guys. Had to plug the old charger in. Man, I cannot believe it's 6:30 already. Where is everybody from that's in here? I work at 10 a.m. and I always get to get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, that's good. That's really good. See, I was skipping meals. And again, it was not anything that I wanted to happen. So it sucked, you know what I mean? I don't think anybody wants that, but it was irritating to me too, because I wanted to be healthy. I didn't want my health to suffer, but it does. If you're not eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or at least eating when you're hungry, and you go a long time without eating, I mean, it's fuel for your body essentially. So you're not you're depriving yourself from that. It's not good. It's never good. I know there's people out there that fast, and there's benefits to doing that. But even people that fast, oh, that's cool. Same here. What part of Pennsylvania? But even people that fast, like, they have a time that they eat. You know what I mean? Like, most people will wake up. Yes. Yep. Yeah, most people that fast, they'll wake up in the morning. I guess technically it's not fasting if you have a shake or something, or a smoothie, but sometimes they'll do that, and then they'll wait to have their first meal at like 2 o'clock, or they won't eat anything at all, and then have their first official meal, like anything that they put in their body, like 2 p.m. or something, and then they'll have some sort of measured out snack or something, and then they'll eat dinner, and that'll be it. Oh, okay, you're kind of far out. Not super far, but kind of far. Let me see how many. It looks like it did, but I gotta watch the clock. I got 10 minutes, but truthfully, I have to get off here in the next few minutes, at least. Just because, unfortunately, time isn't on my side when it comes to doing this. Gotta stay hydrated. I have that. I got a whole water here. And like right now, I'll eat, whatever that healthy thing is, salad, sandwich, whatever you want to call it. But when I snack, it's like things like this, like almonds, fruit, a lot of vegetables, rice, chicken, things like that. If I'm like sitting down and eating. But when I'm on the go, it's usually like peanuts or something like that, or some type of protein shake, or just something, water, a lot of water. a lot of water. Stuff also that's not going to make me feel like bloated. You know what I mean? Oh, what, water? I'll be honest. I have like a sort of a love-hate relationship with water. I don't hate it. I never have. I've always drank water. But there's times where I like water more than others. I don't know. Of course, water is always better when it's super cold. Water, whatever you want to call it. But you know, I've always been like a juice guy, but the thing about me is I don't like sugary drinks. Like if I'm gonna drink juice, like I want it to be like fresh. You know what I mean? Oh, it's okay. It's all good. I knew what you were talking about. Um, I don't know. I don't know if it's like that for a lot of people, but I mean, it's the most probably replenishing thing besides like Gatorade or Powerade or something with electrolytes. But yeah, I mean, does it taste good? I mean, I don't know. I mean, does water really have a taste? I mean, there's different kinds of water out there, but I don't think it does. Of course, like, is tap water going to taste different than spring water? Yeah. It's also coming from a bottle. All right, guys. I have to get back to work. Maybe sometime, or maybe like the last week of December, or maybe the last day of December, I'll go live and I'll just answer questions and talk to you guys instead of talking about something, if that's what you guys want. That way I can have like maybe a full dedicated 20 minutes to a half hour where I'm talking to all of you and we're able to talk about different things and just chat it up like friends, you know what I mean? You guys, everybody's my friend that participates in this, that supports me, that watches me. You guys are my friends. Heck, you guys, I look at it like anybody that's doing that, they're my friends, but they're also my family. They're my extended family, because if they're caring about what I say, if they're caring about me, then of course I care about all you guys, but that's without saying. I mean, I'm going to care about the audience regardless, and not just because they are watching me, but because of my character. I don't really need to go into it, but I've just always been like that. All right, y'all. I'm going to get off of here. Enjoy the rest of your night, day, wherever you are. And I'll catch you later. All right? See you guys. Good night.